All right, welcome back. It is Ohana. It is a TVZ. We're going to get right into these player introductions. Spotting in the bottom right-hand corner, your purple Terran player, representing the best team there is on Earth. It is PandaPrime.
And representing only himself, a lone wolf in the darkness of Ohana, it is our pink Zerg, Genesis.
Am I Tyrannable?
Tyrannable? I think.
That's got to be the worst thing. Is it Tyrambable?
Tyrannable, yeah.
See, on some of you should refrain from making any sort of jokes for the rest.
I've been banned several times by Leth from making the pun Tyrannable.
Yeah, with good reason.
I did that a lot.
We do have a Reaper on the way, and I think we had a first. It was hatchery first, of course, and a bunker going down for PandaPrime right outside of that natural. So that Reaper is going to have a nice little home to zip in and out of while he gets some hopeful harassment done for our purple player PandaPrime. The purple player PandaPrime.
That's some
alliteration.
Promiscuous alliteration. There's no word that begins with P for alliteration, but yeah, PandaPrime is producing a bunker. Bunker. And Genesis is pulling his probes. He's pulling
drones?
For drones. Yeah, no, they're gonna surround that bunker. They shouldn't allow that Reaper into it. But he might actually lose a drone while denying that Reaper. Oh my god, and it gets into the bunker as well. So that's something. 2 drones gone down. The SCV is gonna come out and start repairing the bunker, but it will fall eventually. So a small commitment in minerals there. That he doesn't get back from salvaging, and he does lose the SCV as well. But he kills 2 drones for it, which I'm gonna call that as a worth.
Not only did he kill 2 drones, but Genesis had pulled like 6 or 7 drones to deal with that in the first place.
Yeah, that's definitely worth it.
So that mining time loss is definitely going to be a benefit as well. 2 Reapers are going to be doing their fair share of harassment, and these are looking Polt-like because that's pretty good control from PandaPrime as he's stutter stepping and getting another link kill, and any kill you can get with a Reaper is a nice little victory. An early speed from Genesis, actually not too early, pretty standard timing as we're 5:30 and we're almost halfway done with that speed. So getting back into the swing of things, and Genesis, or rather PandaPrime, is getting his second command center built up there and his main as these Reapers hop into the main of Genesis.
Yeah, hopping up and down those cliffs, making full use of their jetpacks. Nice target fire by Genesis on the individual Reapers. One of these Reapers has 5 kills now.
Wow. Corporal.
The other one doesn't have any. He's obviously not really pulling his weight, but
no, he's gonna get a medal though for some reason. Somebody's gonna, the way the military works is some guy's gonna look at him and be like, "Wow, you did a lot," and the other guy's like, "I got 5 kills. Are you kidding me?" And he's like, "Nope, I saw him do most of the work actually."
Yeah, that sounds all right. But ooh, did that? Oh no, okay, sorry, I got really excited.
They got the queen.
I saw PandaPrime. No, I was looking at the production tab. I saw because PandaPrime's going 3cc behind this, so there were 2 in production. And then I'm sure the bar was quite low, and then it went down to 1. And I was like, did he just cancel one of his CCs?
Oh, did he just cancel? Okay, no.
But no,
I
don't know. He just finished one,
yeah,
which is pretty much the opposite of cancelling it. So yeah, 3 CCs is going to give him some powerful macro behind this. And Genesis got a nice scout off with the Overlord and is going to respond with his own third on the low ground. But the problem is,
what I think we're going to see here, though? Sorry to interrupt, but I think we're actually going to see a pretty standard bio versus lean bang meta game out of this.
Yeah, I think I agree. But the only thing is on Ohana, the third Fort Zerg is behind those rocks, and it's quite difficult to break them down without making a couple of spine crawlers or something to help out with that, or roaches. So the Hellions should be able to do quite a lot of work, especially since the Queens haven't really started their creep spread too much yet. But once he breaks those rocks down, he should be all right. Let's see what the Hellion control out of PandaPrime is like. He does have good control in his Reapers. The trick is, of course, to get your Hellions into spots, not a place like this. You want to get your Hellions into a spot where they can create a funnel
for the Lings to go down. You don't
Yeah.
really want to dance in wide open spaces where, of course, you can get surrounded. Behind mineral patches are good places. Now this is a lot of Lings, and he's going to be able to take the advantage. Now he's off of creep, so the micro has to be real. He's going to go right up this ramp, and that's good enough, and that's, Genesis is going to go away from that. So good control out of PandaPrime. I think he's getting a little risky. He's getting a little confident. Probably needs to control those Hellions, because if you lose all those Hellions instantly, he's going to be in a pretty bad spot. Map control instantly in favor of the Zerg player. And once again, PandaPrime getting his Viking out and going to start up these Overlords.
Yeah, there are a lot of Lings coming out from Genesis. I think he's going to sneak past these Hellions.
Yeah, he's going to do a counterattack.
Doesn't see this, does he? No, he doesn't.
No.
Oh, he sees a little bit of this. He sees a couple of these Lings coming in, and they're going to follow us around. The Baneling Nest is done as well, a little bit early. So I think Genesis is going to go for try and get a big Ling Bane flood going.
But this is really good control from PandaPrime's
Yeah.
Hellions, and if he can keep kiting and keep getting these shots off, he still has not lost a single Hellion. This is really well done. Ooh, did he see the Banelings? He's going to come back, and now he's going to see them, and he's going to know exactly what he's up against. So it's going to be this defense. It's going to see how well he can kite these Banelings. This is a really bad position for Genesis, because these Hellions are almost invincible at this point. He needs to target down the Banelings. He's going to keep kiting, and this is really well done from PandaPrime. The supply is plummeting for Genesis. He has to make this work.
Yeah, Genesis has made a huge commitment in Lava in not drones to this, and PandaPrime has absolutely demolished it.
Control,
One Hellion
so
has
good.
been lost for 61, 64
good.
Lings now. What does the units lost tab say? It's
So
230, 2,325 to 254. There's
This is
so much cost efficiency for PandaPrime.
You could say all the numbers in the world. This is just beautiful watch as a Terran. Like, he is barbecuing Lings left and right. He's only lost one Hellion, and he instantly stopped a Baneling bust, which is, of course, the second worst thing on the face of the earth as opposed to hearing DTs. He does get a little bit of a surround, wasn't watching his Hellions perfectly there, and now Widow Mines are on the field. So this has gotten a little hairy as they do go off on Lings, and now the Baneling, the numbers are really manageable at this point.
Oh, another
really
huge
good
Widowmine detonation.
mine, and he's got more defensive mines in here. And if he can target down that Baneling, ooh, the Baneling's still alive, but he needs to target it. He needs to target the Baneling. Target the Baneling. He's gonna blow up on a couple SCVs, but he's not gonna get any kills, of course, with the 65 HP. The bunker does go down, and now Lings are coming in. This is looking pretty bad for Genesis, or PandaPrime rather. But he needs to make this work. Medevac's on the field. I think PandaPrime holds this easy now.
Yeah. Even gets a few more kills with those two Widowmines. One's got 12 kills, the other's got 5. And Genesis is, to his credit, he's not half-assing this. He's still pumping Lings across the map, but starting back to go into droning now, starting his Evo chambers for the upgrades. And the aggression's over, and PandaPrime has come out of this smelling of roses so well.
He's got a nice little minefield now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a fantastic minefield, wonderful spread. He can fly out his third CC, I would have thought, fairly soon, because Genesis, starting up his droning, starting to try and go into a macro game. I don't know, Genesis actually has quite a few Zerglings left over, so it might be a bit difficult. Ooh, ranged upgrade. So is Genesis going to go into Roach Hydra after this, or?
I don't like this decision because he doesn't have the economy to support a tech switch.
Yeah, I think I agree. He's trying to pull off something big, but he can't right now.
We did get a nice little pickup. I missed what he got. Hellions, I suppose he got there in the middle of the map because we do see a tire. Or maybe he got...
two Hellions.
Two Hellions. So we do have +2 on the way for our Terran player, PandaPrime. Seemingly content to be okay here. But really, with the damage he got done, there's no reason why he shouldn't be dropping right now. He has the Medevacs, he has the Widow Mines. He should be out on the map throwing down Medevac drops. He can be doing, of course, whatever he wants to. He's the player, but it'd just be my opinion that now is the time to drop. But he does have a bit of a parade push coming out now. Of course, Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, and Mines are fairly nice, and of course, following through with our alliteration trend here. And the Lings are going to see it, but is he going to be able to deal with it?
I don't think these Lings are going to be able to do anything with it, especially if they're just
especially if they're just chilling. Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
So, again, like all the Lings have been lost. 11 Banelings on the way, a few Zerglings. I've got to think that missile attacks was actually a mistake with a misclick. Yeah.
Baneling speed is just about to finish up. and that is going to give him help, especially off creep if he chooses to fight off creep. But in the end, like, look at the so many Widow Mines. He's getting a really good spread. He's taking his time. He scans. He sees what's going on. Let's see if he can split well enough. But he is choosing to fight on creep. I don't know if I like this decision. He needs to pre-split his army before he goes. He is pulling his Marines behind his Marauders. Great, because, you know, of course, Banelings don't do much versus his Marauders. And it's really going to come down to this engagement, because PandaPrime can throw away this entire army in this engagement.
Yeah, he can feel pretty comfortable throwing out his army. He's got another one almost as big back at home. The big loss, I think, would be the Widowmine count if he actually did lose the whole army. But even then, does Genesis actually have any Overseers? I don't think he does.
No, I don't think he does. Does he have? No. He has to have player because he has Mutas out on the field right now. But
yeah, he doesn't have any actual Overseers. Nice bait on that Widowmine. That Widowmine's got 18 kills. Yeah.
Oh, and another good shot. Oh, that Widowmine picking up a lot of kills. 14 on that one. These Widowmines are really the heroes of the mid game at this point. And he's going to PandaPrime's going to hit a really sick timing. 2-2 and combat shields are going to finish up in a couple of seconds, and he's just going to be able to just push this. It's going to be 15 seconds. This is going to be a really, really strong push. He scans. He's probably checking upgrades. He knows he can push this third and feel safe doing it with the upgrade advantage.
Yeah, Genesis finally morphing in some Overseers are going to help, both in just sending in changelings, but PandaPrime's reinforcements, his other army that he had back at home, has come to join up with this one, and this is an absolutely terrifying force. 92 army supply to 60, just over 60 for Genesis. A lot of it's in production.
Yeah, PandaPrime in a really good position because he's also building turrets back home. Now the engagement looks like it's about to go down. PandaPrime instantly started 3-3, and no infestation pit for Genesis means the upgrade advantage is real, and it's going to be there for a while. Really good spread on these Widow Mines, baiting it out and getting a couple lings. This is the engagement that we're waiting for. He scans, he sees the army. Let's see if the splits are happening. He's going to pull his Marines back behind his Marauders. The Widow Mines are going down on Mutas and Banelings. This Zerg army is disappearing really quickly, and the Marines' numbers are still so high, and Genesis has nothing to combat this right now.
Yes, so many Widowmines. The spread from PandaPrime has been absolutely incredible those days. That terrifying Terran minefield. Now PandaPrime's just going to march up this ramp. He's actually oversimmed his Marines a little bit, so they're dying in one shot to Banelings, but he's just got so many of them that all the Banelings dead. This next round of Banelings, though, I think is going to cause PandaPrime a little bit of difficulty.
A lot of Banelings coming in. He's not really able to get the splits he wants, and on creep with Baneling speed, they're able to go on in these Marines and get the detonations that they need. Finally able to clean this up. But at what cost? So many Mutas died in that, and that's the Zerg gas investment as well as the Banelings.
Yeah.
And at this point, you want Mutas to be harassing as opposed to defending. And look at the supply advantage now, 123 to 103, and it's just going to keep finding routes to capitalize on this because 3-3 is almost done for our Terran player, and 2-2. I mean, melee attacks 1 has just now started as Genesis realizes the mistake he made.
Yeah, these lings are doing almost no damage to the Marines. They've got so much armor. And the Mutalists as well, they have so much of their damage cut out as well. But, I mean, there's only 2 of them, so it doesn't really matter either way. And, the
Widow Mines, it's still killing people. How many? Now he's going to go ahead and go back and clean that up. But before it does, it had 6 kills, so the Corporal Widow Mine earning his death.
Yeah, that Widow Mine outranked every single one of these Marines in this army. And I bet that makes them feel terrible. 3-3 for our Terran player as well is going to finish up in 40 seconds. So he's
just going to wait until that, and that's of course where the timing comes in. He's just going to wait until that finishes up. He does have another command center on the way. Of course, he's going to be able to take it pretty comfortably. Where is the creep spread?
The creep spread is absolutely nowhere for Genesis. It got cleaned up so well by PandaPrime. He just took that creep, spread out his Widowmine so well that Genesis couldn't engage, and then started scanning, started picking it off, sending little Marauder hit squads forwards to do it, and killed off the queens, a few queens as well, I think. So Genesis just never really made them, which is really unfortunate.
And at this point, that is going to be such a huge disadvantage because you can march this Terran army right up to the gates, and when there's no creep, there's no engagement for Zerg at this stage of the game. You know, in certain like equal or advantage upgrades, you can take engagements off creep all day. But at this point, if you have good control out of PandaPrime, and as he's demonstrated, he does have the control in the mine spread. Like you're not going to be able to take those engagements.
Baiting out the mine hit pretty nicely there, but PandaPrime still has a lot of mines. I really like he's gone up to 2 factories. That really helps. Ooh, that was really, really nice little run by Genesis, baiting out quite a few of the mine hits there, but there's still, again, there's just so many mines for PandaPrime. PandaPrime's running forwards with his Marauders, trying to soak up some main hits, but Genesis's army is looking like it might be able to take this, but
And then what happens?
yeah, but then what happens?
Right.
Genesis is running out of resources. He's got a fourth base, but absolutely nothing on it. And PandaPrime's got a lot more Marauders in this army, so it's going to rip through the bases. If Genesis has lets this army from PandaPrime run loose in his base for even like 20 seconds, he's going to lose 2 hatcheries.
Okay, now the pre-splits are real, but Genesis is trying to attack from a counterattack, splitting up his army. I don't know if I agree with this because he's trying to get the attack from both sides, but the pre-split of the army of Nia PandaPrime is really good right now, engaging with a little hit squad here and there, and when you do this, you're really able to section off the Ling Bane Muta mass. Right now, I would actually like to see more medevacs, but now the Ling Bane Muta is going to come in off of creep. Widow Mind Spread is good. Let's see if the Banelings can clean up the Marines. Actually getting a lot of really good detonations, but the Marine count is still really, really high. Medevacs, of course, all out of energy, going to get sniped by these mutas, but now no more Banelings on the field for Genesis, and how is he going to counter this many 3/3 Marines just marching right up his natural?
The Marine walks into Genesis's natural, says, "Where's the counter?" And it's just not there. And Marines just rip through it. Like I said, 20 seconds, and that hatchery's dead. Lair's dead even. Genesis is morphing up some more Banelings, and he might be able to take that. But the Marauders positioned on the ramp.
Yeah, right there.
So many Banelings.
He needs to just hold them and just chill them out and then target fire the Banelings if he can. Might not even do that. A lot of mutas are falling to these Marines. Now the Banelings get through and they're able to finally clean up, but really good splits there at the top of the ramp. Now the Banelings are finally going to get on top of these Marines. Just Marauders left over, but look at the train coming across Ohana. It's a train of purple. It's not really good news for Genesis as he already lost his second, which happened to be his teching natural. So, a little bit of fights here and there. Genesis is not mining efficiently at all. Fighting off creep still. No more Banelings in this army. Just 3/3 Marines against 1-2-0 mutas, and that's never a good fight. PandaPrime taking game 1 on Ohana really convincingly.
Hello, and we're back. Welcome to Aquilon Wastes. And our first player is up 1-0 in this best of 3. If he wins this, he advances onwards to face Penguin. It is our Purple Terran from Team Nya. It's PandaPrime.
Yeah, taking game 1 pretty convincingly on Ohana. Really good control, as we already discussed. And his opponent, taking a pretty quick hatchery and extractor. He is your pink Zerg player fighting for his tournament life, Genesis.
Yeah, and last game we saw him take a little bit of damage from the Reaper bunker. And I don't think that's going to happen this time because PandaPrime has that SCV in position, but there's an Overlord like right over it. So, actually PandaPrime moving at SCV. Genesis is following it. He knows PandaPrime's sneaky tricks.
Yeah, but I think PandaPrime's going to do it anyway because I think he wants Genesis to pull that amount of drones again.
Yeah, no, I think he just throws it down and then cancels it as soon as the drones come down. That's actually just fine.
It would be pretty nifty. I mean, he is going to go ahead and pull his SCV back around. We'll see. He is sticking around. We'll see if he's trying to get out of the Overlord vision range. He actually is just out of the Overlord vision, isn't he? But now the Reaper's going to come up, poke around, have a look around, make sure everything is set and there's no shenanigans coming from his Zerg opponent, and of course, do all the little harassing that a Reaper can do. I do really like that, pulling your SCV and leaving him there, just providing an extra little bit of buffer in case you want to throw down that bunker, because a lot of Zergs don't actually put the Overlord over their natural, and you can capitalize exactly what PandaPrime did in the first game and build that bunker on the natural.
Yeah, I don't put my Overload on my natural because I'm a very trusting person, and it kills me a little bit inside when people take advantage of that trust. But, okay, whoa! There's 3 Reapers in production right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of Reapers, and he's got already a reactor and another Rax up and running. He is going to go ahead and he's not fully did he? I don't know if he checked. He has 2 reactors, right, or refineries rather. And I don't know if if I checked to see if he stopped making SCVs. He's of course not producing any SCVs right now because he's doing an orbital. But I think he kept making SCVs, so it's not necessarily as all any as it could be. But he is getting a lot of Reapers out, and we'll see if he's going to be able to make this work. Genesis has speed really close to be finishing, and that's really the way to end a Reaper rush is to have speed and a massive Zerglings. But he doesn't have the Zergling numbers just yet. 6 are on the way, and a Baneling Nest just started. So he's actually in pretty good shape to handle any sort of Reaper pressure, I think.
Yeah, he should be pretty good. The speed really helps with that, but of course, Lings still die pretty fast to Reapers, and 3 Lings are gonna make their way across the map, but there's a wall in PandaPrime, so he shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with that. The Roach goes down immediately for Genesis, which he actually kind of needed a little while ago, because these Reapers are gonna make short work of any kind of Lings that come
wow,
out.
I don't know if he has much to defend this, does he?
The other Queen does have a transfuse, so unfortunately,
still...
Tyke's done wrong one first, but this one, no, he's just gonna come back and kill this Queen.
Oh, he's lost 2 Reapers. Really
Reapers for it,
sloppy control.
Yeah.
Just didn't pull him off soon enough. Genesis does have a slight supply lead. More Reapers are going to come in here. But if he had those 2 Reapers, this would be 7 Reapers. This would be a lot more beneficial, as we do have the Roach Warren just about to finish off. And once that happens and you get Roaches on the field, the Reaper rush is going to be essentially shut down. A lot of Lings coming out, going to get the surround on a couple of these Reapers, and managing not to kill one yet. As he is kiting back and forth. All those Reapers are on low health for the most part. He's going to lose him if he doesn't micro him well. Actually getting decent control. Now he's going to lose 1, 2 Reapers. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, yeah, those Reapers are as good as dead. He can do this for as long as he wants, but eventually those Reapers are going to die.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because PandaPrime's control, both with the Reapers and with the Hellions, was so good in that first game, and I really feel like he hasn't lived up to it this game. It's just a little bit sloppy, a couple seconds late on pulling his Reapers back. What is
PandaPrime doing? Sorry to interrupt you, but he does not have the economy to support this production. Like, he doesn't. He's trying to make units, but look, he's got this many production bases. Got 2 more barracks, 2 starports. A factory, like what is, and he's trying to produce out of all of them. Like this economy does not sustain this.
Did nobody tell you about mules?
Oh god, the salt is real for my fellow commentator. Look, you can have 1 million mules, and you only have a limited amount of mineral patches. So of course, being a little, we like to joke here. We're professionals, but we like to have a good time. But he's just making production units. Like, I don't, he's going right into double starport as Genesis takes a 3rd. I don't know.
One base as well.
If he makes it work, he's gonna convert me. I don't know. Maybe the 1 base is all you need.
Maybe it is. I mean, the minute Genesis has no idea about these double Banshee production. 2-port Banshee is pretty nasty, and PandaPrime's got. Oh, sorry, Genesis even has no layer. You had to start it. Okay, now he's got a layer in sight. I was just saying he's got no layer in sight, but it's going to be a while off, and the only detection he'll have will be spore crawlers, which die pretty quickly to Banshees, especially if PandaPrime can make it all the way across the map with those Banshees without them being spotted.
Here's the thing,
definitely
though.
A chance of this working.
Here's the thing, though, right? When you do a double starport, you need to use the rest of your minerals to expand behind this, because if this doesn't work, you're SOL. Like, there's nothing that you're going to be able to push with this, right? And so, like, okay, he's producing units behind this to make it like an all-any type push, because it has to be, because if this doesn't work, there's nothing he has to fall back on. He has all these production units, and he's not even utilizing them all correctly. I am being a little bit critical, but that's only because he's a fellow Terran, and I know exactly what he's going through right now. I would like to see him try to expand as these double Banshees come out, because the only thing that the Zerg player is going to have to do is survive and then make mutas, and it's not really much in PandaPrime's. The ball's not in his court anymore. So, this is the push coming out of PandaPrime. He's going to have to make this work, because, in all honesty, I don't know what else he's going to be able to do without the second command center.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be his last push. The game will be decided in the next few minutes here.
And the scout coming down from Genesis, and he knows exactly what's coming now. There's no army in that main. He's pushing out.
Yeah, and a lot of Banelings morphing, but the thing is, Banelings not so great on Banshees, and there's
they don't launch up just yet.
Oh my god, I wish they did. Legs the Void, please, David Kim.
Let Infestor get be able to just catapult a Baneling into the air.
Yeah, and PandaPrime moving forwards on the creep is going to scam and kill off a lot of active creep tumors, and these Banshees cloak. Genesis is morphing his Overseer, so he's got time. He's going to have that mobile detection, but I think actually PandaPrime can kill off this Overseer with his Marines.
Yeah, down goes the spine, but now the Banelings are coming in on creep. He's taking the fight. Those Banelings are enough, and the Roaches, like all the Marines, are going to be cleaned up essentially by the Roaches and Banelings. So now he's just got Banshees. They are going to go ahead and start going to work on that hatchery. And you know what? If you look back home, PandaPrime has just now started up his command center. So that he's got that to fall back on now, and he's actually cleaned up this army of Roaches. So what else does Genesis have? He has 34 Lings on the way. You don't make Lings at this stage of the game unless you are really far behind. So more Marines and more Banshees rallying across the map. Not much by way of forces against this. PandaPrime is making this work.
Yeah, Banshees are pretty good. Those Banshees do so much DPS. When he gets 6 of them, he starts one-shotting either Spores or Queens. It's something silly. And the minute he's just going to 2-shot this Queen, he's going to run in, he can find an angle, kill this Queen really, really quickly. And yeah, just start working away on this lair. Or the Evo Chambers, whatever he wants to. On the other hand, back home, Genesis has a load of Lings. Command Center does finish though, so he can lift it. That's nice.
Yeah, and the Spire's on the way, and really this Spire should have been in place of the Roach Warren had Genesis seen what was coming earlier, because, of course, Mutas shut down Banshees relatively quickly. So now the Banshees are on a timer. They basically have 60-some seconds of game time before their shelf life is pretty much over. Does he have enough time? He's going to try and target down this lair. I think it's a good decision. Yeah, he's definitely going to get it, but the Spore Caller is going to burrow. He's going to have to target that before shit goes down. He's just going right for the lair, actually, not giving two shits about that Spore Caller. Now he's going to start going, kiting back, and he's going to actually get caught between two worlds of targeting drones, rather, or the Spore Caller. Now he's going to work on those drones. A Baneling bust at the main of PandaPrime, and now the Lings are in, and I think this is just a really funny situation we find ourselves in.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. The Lings are fighting SCVs, and the SCVs are not very happy about it. PandaPrime moving his units back, but they're not fighting. You need to go and help those SCVs. 14 SCVs, 13, 12 left over now, and PandaPrime stabilizes, but at what cost?
We don't have any Mutas in production. Now we have 2 on the way. But if you get a healthy load of Marines and Mines out, and maybe if you target down, 4 Spore Crawlers, that's some DPS if I've ever seen it. This is a really funny situation we find ourselves in, and I'm going to go ahead and say not one that I think Penguin is relishing, but now we have Lings flooding into the main. He's lifting. PandaPrime, I think, knows he's going to have to go for some form of a base trade here. He doesn't have his second in any position to be set down. All of his SCVs are going to get polished up. There's not much that PandaPrime can do by way of saturating anything at this point in time. These Banshees are going to have to make it work, and that's a lot of air defense. There are Mutas in the field, and you know what? It's looking steadily more so like Genesis is going to take game 2.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's no answer to all these Lings. There's no answer to the Mutalist. PandaPrime has, I think, like 3 Marines on the map, and other than his Banshees, yeah, that's it. 3 Marines and a mine. And these Banshees can't really do anything against the Mutas. They can't do anything against this many Zerglings. I think this is it, PandaPrime.
Yeah,
or maybe
he can, GG.
No.
He's not going to be able to, put anything down. He's going to eventually clean up the Lings with the Banshee Armada. But at what point does he go? Wait a second, hold on. I don't have anything. One of my command centers not even in orbital. I've lost all of my shit. I don't really have much to combat these Mutas. I should probably just GG and get in the game. He
doesn't even have any SCVs to repair these barracks.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything at all. He's trying to make Marines out of it. And there's a bunch of structures down for Genesis, so the base race is officially over.
Yeah, the Mutalists come in, and there's just absolutely nothing to combat them. I think we're going to see the GG pretty soon here. PandaPrime's desperately trying to make these Banshees work for him, but I don't know. There's just spores everywhere. They're all on pretty low health. Banshees very difficult to repair. The Mutalists come back. They're going to clean up all these Banshees.
And that's
GG.
GG.
That is it for PandaPrime.
There it is.
GG.
All right, welcome back. We are on Shakur's Plateau for Game 3 of this here Decider Smash to see who gets to go into the final series of the evening. It is a TVZ, and it is going to be essentially, it is actually the decider between these two players. We'll get right into the player introductions, spotting in the bottom left-hand corner, tying it up after Game 2 on Akalon Wastes pretty handily. He is your pink Zerg player, representing nobody but his fine self. He is Genesis.
His opponent in the top right-hand corner, as greedy as he is, it is PandaPrime. And of course, going for that
purple player.
CC first, the purple player, PandaPrime.
Is he promiscuous? The promiscuous purple player, PandaPrime?
He's pretty promiscuous.
Yeah, he's
I
going to
wouldn't
go
say
ahead
he's perfectly promiscuous, but...
Oh, wow. How can we keep it going? I think it ends there.
I don't know. I'm trying to fit perfidious in somewhere, but I'm not 100% on what perfidious means. So
persiferous? Is persiferous a word?
He's a pacifist.
Oh, he's a pacifist. Pacifistic?
Oh no, whatever. Let's just leave it.
So we actually have two really greedy openings: a 3-hatch before pool from Genesis, and a CC first out of PandaPrime. And that's about as greedy as you can get. My apologies to Penguin.
Yeah, rip Penguin here. Both these players have decided that actually, when they win it, they just want to have somebody who will forfeit. Oof. I mean, gaming system bit maybe, but we're not going to see any kind of early cheeses. I want to see PandaPrime throw down another CC, like CC Rack CC.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, maybe... has he taken a gas yet? Yeah, he has. If he went gasless into 3CC, that would be extremely crazy. But we do see 2 gases go down, and Genesis has his Overlord in prime position. You might say PandaPrime position, because he's going to go ahead and spot everything as the second orbital command is going to make its way down to the natural. And the game is pretty much taking a little bit of a chill because we don't see Reapers on route from PandaPrime, and it's a little bit of a sad moment because I feel like Reapers are PandaPrime's best unit. But we're not going to see those as the factory is about to finish up. Meanwhile, speed on its way for Genesis as he gets a bit of a supply block here from losing that Overlord. But of course, 2 on the way, looking to rectify the situation fairly quickly.
Yeah, I'd actually say Hellion's PandaPrime's best unit. If we think back to like that first game, both of them, those high mobility units he did really well with, and I think PandaPrime just exposed a little bit of a hole in his wall. So hopefully he patches that on up. And I really, really like the way that PandaPrime, after this quite greedy CC first build, adds on extra barracks really, really quickly. I've seen players go either CC first or CC Rack CC or whatever, some kind of really greedy build, and then go straight for their starport and be really greedy with their tech as well. And that is so easy to punish as a Zerg player. So I like him not doing that. And also, I like PandaPrime always hides his SCV.
I was just about to say that, and he sees the third go down. So the decision, of course, stemming from that scout. This is no coincidence here. He sees the third, so now he's going to throw down a bunch of production, and that's where we're going to see PandaPrime's army control pay off if he's able to get it in position and to the composition that he wants.
Yeah, absolutely. And Genesis is throwing down that Baneling Nest again pretty early. Are we going to see another big link fight? No, we're not. He's saturating his third. And he's getting
he has 3 hatcheries up and running, and we do have a little bit of a Queen versus Marine battle, and of course the Queen going to go ahead and take that victory. RIP, we'll send you home, buddy. But we do have... not much going down crazy. Stim is about to finish up. I would like to see PandaPrime maybe, as he does get a good scout. Did he scout the Baneling Nest? He does if you clicked on it. He scouts the Baneling Nest. So he knows Ling Bane Muta is probably what he's up against. Of course, no Mutas in the field for some time. As he spots the Lings making their way across the map. I do want to see, as I was saying earlier, PandaPrime making more of an effort to hit a timing with Stim. Oh, the Widowmine's going to go ahead and clean up all of those Lings. Nice little pickup there. If you're... are you upgrading rather early, and the stem is not too quick, but if you're going to go CC first, it is actually a fairly quick time. Utilize the timing from right when you get stem, pretty much have an army ready to go. And he does have a little bit of a force in the field, and I don't know, I'd like to see him push with those 9 Marines, 3 Marauders, and 3 Medevacs, or Widowmines rather, and try and make a play with this stem.
Yeah, that'll be really good. He's the other thing that I find interesting is I've seen him do this a couple of times. He's gone straight into concussive shells after finishing stim, rather than combat shields for these Marines, which would be the more typical choice. And he doesn't ever seem to do anything that really, really uses that concussive shell really well. And I think it's actually slightly harder to do versus Zerg anyway, because Lings are just going to be fast either way. And even if you pick off 1 or 2 Lings, it doesn't matter that much. They're Lings. And the combat shields are so important versus Zerg, because with stim and without combat shields, when you stim your Marines, they're on 35 health. And that's, by coincidence, the exact amount of damage a Baneling does.
A Baneling does.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask him about it after the game.
Yeah, I'm definitely following your logic there, and it does make sense. But sometimes, the targeting, if you can manage to target a Baneling, which is going to require a lot of micro. I'm not saying that he can't, but, there's a reason he is not in GM, and, of course, he doesn't have Empire Happy's, or not Empire Happy anymore, but just Happy's control. That guy's probably the best person at targeting Banelings. If you want to watch and learn how to target Banelings, that guy's the stream to watch. Yeah, PandaPrime is now upgrading combat shields, and like I said earlier, he's not really hitting timings with his upgrading. He is just kind of getting them and then pushing out with his army when he feels comfortable. And of course, that's not like a legitimate, okay, now I've got 1-1 finished, I'm going to push out. It's more so, and of course now he's just starting his engineering base, so 1-1's far from starting as it could be. But it is more so a feeling, okay, I've got an army up, now I'm going to go pressure. He is loading up a drop here. The Overlord is going to spot it, but he just wants to bait an army reaction out of Genesis before he pushes at this third at the same time. So he's going to instantly target down the Queen that's laying creep as the medevac drop comes into the main at the same time. We'll see how much damage this can get done. There's a bit of a supply block for both players. Genesis just coming out of it, so now this is a really good time for PandaPrime to hit in. The drop going down as his main force is attacking the third. He's going to be able to target down the hatchery. The Banelings and the Lings do come in, and he's going to pull back on creep. Ooh, no Banelings with this force. A bunch of Widowmine hits go down, and let's see if these Marines, now they're double sim, just like you were talking about, able to get swallowed up by the Lings. So even though the force in the main is doing some work with a drop, a lot of forces lost with that main force there. I don't know if this is a good trade for PandaPrime at all.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. There's a lot of Lings left over for Genesis, and Genesis did have that upgrade lead going into it, so Lings with upgrades, really, really good against pretty much anything. However, these Widow Mines still haven't been cleaned up, so they're going to reset in just a second. I don't know. Yeah, they're going to go off on a bit of lava and some Overlords. So actually not doing too much, but PandaPrime's had to lift his third, and is now just looking at defending, really. He's got Widow Mines. I think he'll be okay to do it. Okay, no, I changed my mind.
Bunch of Banelings morphed, and he sees it with those Widow Mines, so he sees it, so he's gonna have to go out and he's gonna have to stop this. Like he can't let this try and bust. Like he has to build more something. He has to build an eBay wall, like tertiary eBay wall. Do something, because there's just so many Banelings. He's gonna be able to go right through this wall, and it's gonna be GG as soon as this happens. Like there's no force here that's gonna oppose him. All the Banelings are gonna come in. They are getting decent Widow Mine shots off. Stim is pulled, but all these Lings are coming in, and they're just gonna plow over every single unit in sight. Too many Lings. This is GG.
Yeah, this is absolutely GG. There's a couple Banelings still even left over there. They're going to go off on these SCVs, absolutely annihilating them. 24 SCVs to 50 pros right now. No lift on this Orbital Commander either is going to take it down, and Genesis just rolls up into the main and knocks on the front door and says, "Hello, what have you got here?" And the answer is,
God,
like 13 Marines in one order and a whole lot of nothing against 116 Lings. Yeah, pretty much amounts to a whole lot of nothing. And these Lings just going to tear through it. And I think we're going to be saying farewell to PandaPrime, which is a shame because I've liked saying yeah.
Yeah, what a fantastic group, a team name there, but such an unfortunate end. He's a sad panda. And that is a good game, well played.